So in this video, we're going to take a look at how to solve simultaneous equations by the method of substitution. Now, hopefully you've watched the previous video on solving graphically, and we should be comfortable with this, that finding the point of intersection between two lines is the same as solving them simultaneously. So what we're doing here is we're trying to find the value of x and the value of y that are going to work, okay, for both equations. All right, that's the kind of the general idea. Now let's take a look at the first example, and I've written those two equations down here. How are we going to find this? So you saw hopefully in the previous video that by elimination we can cancel out the x's and cancel out the y's. Well, here we're going to use a different trick. If you notice that they're written in two different formats, but what's important is this one here. We know that y is written equal to 2x minus 1. So if y is worth a 2x minus 1, what I could do is I could take that first equation, and when I see a y, I could swap it for a 2x minus 1. I'll be substituting that in for the y. So let's rewrite it. So what I'm going to have here is x plus, and then look, I'm not using the term y. I'm going to use 2x minus 1 instead, because look, 2x minus 1 is a y. From there, we just got one variable, so now we should be able to solve this with the general linear equations method. So an x plus a 2x is a 3x. So what I've got here on the left is 3x minus 1 being equal to 8. Now I can add 1 to both sides. 3x is equal to 9, and now I can divide both sides by 3. X is going to be equal to 3. If it's simultaneous, I also need a value for y, and it doesn't matter which one of the two formulas I use originally given to us, it'll still give us the same answer. So look at that first one. Now I know that x is 3. 3 plus y is equal to 8. Well, that means that y is equal to 5. So we've finished. We have our answer, x equals 3, y equals 5. Now, let's take a look at another one. Let's just make sure we reinforce this. Let's try C, okay? C looks quite complicated. We've got a different expression here, look, for y. So we'll start by writing that first one out, look. And then underneath it, we're going to swap out, every time I see a y, I'm going to write 2 minus x over 10. So x plus 2 minus x over 10 is going to be equal to 4. Now, this is tricky to solve, okay? It's a little awkward. There's lots of different ways of doing this. I'm just going to get rid of that fraction straight away. I'm going to times both sides by 10. So that means multiplying every single term by 10. So if I do that, I'll have 10x plus 20 minus x equals 40. Now, I've done that to get rid of that fraction, okay? Hopefully you can see how that works. From here, we can sort of collect things up. So a 10x and a minus x is going to be equal to 9x. I can also take 20 from both sides. So I'm going to have 9x is equal to 20. And now I can divide both sides by 9. Now, because I'm lazy, I'm just going to write that as 20 over 9. And then I can write it as a mixed number. That's going to be 2 and 2/9. Okay, so hopefully that's helped you to understand how to solve simultaneous equations by substitution. Now, this is a nice simple video. We're not going to go into too much further detail, but if we don't have something written in terms of either x or y, then you're going to have to move it around so that we can write it and rearrange equations. And in a future video, we'll take a look at that as well.